In this video, I will show you guys 5 underrated cars you must get in GTA Online. In my opinion, these cars have been pretty much forgotten about in GTA. Some of them are definitely much better than others, and they all have their different disadvantages and advantages. Also remember, this is completely my opinion. You guys might like some different cars that you think are underrated, and there is just that many cars to choose from in GTA Online, so your list might look a lot different to mine. But nevertheless guys, without wasting any more time, let's get into the number 5 spot. For the 5th spot, we have the Bravado Banshee. The Bravado Banshee altogether is just a great car. You guys might even be able to buy this Banshee for completely free, with it being very fast and having some great handling and traction. It can also have the HSW and Benny's upgrades applied, and you will have already seen in that short cinematic that the Banshee can really look like a great car. There's just so many different customization options, and honestly guys, I think this is probably one of my personal favorite vehicles across GTA now, especially since it has the HSW upgrades. If you guys cannot buy this Banshee for completely free, it should only cost you guys $105,000, and even at that price, I think this is just such a great deal that you guys can get straight away. If you are looking for a starter vehicle in GTA Online, I would probably look no further than the Banshee. And now moving over to the 4th spot in this list guys, we do have the Duke of Death. Now the reason I included the Duke of Death is because I'm pretty sure that not many people really use this anymore, but that does not take away from how good this car actually is. You may even be able to get this for completely free on the Warstock Cash and Carry website, and by far the best part about the Duke of Death is its explosive resistance. For those of you guys who play in GTA Online sessions against Oppressor Mark IIs for example, the Duke of Death will just be a great vehicle to start off with. I have said this many other times in other videos about different vehicles, but I would say that the Duke of Death is very similar to the Armored Karuma, but instead of having no armor resistance, it does have some. The Duke is also just a great vehicle to get around the map. It is pretty fast, and on top of this, I think this looks honestly really good. And similar to the Banshee, I would probably suggest getting the Duke of Death if you guys are a newer player, especially if you guys can get this for free. But now guys, moving down to the 3rd spot, this one will be a little bit different. This next vehicle will be the Turismo R. Now like the other 2 vehicles, this is also potentially free. I think it depends if you guys have the Criminal Enterprises starter pack. I know that some of you guys might already have this. I for some reason had this automatically, but even without the Criminal Enterprise starter pack, the Turismo R's original price is only $500,000, and if you guys compare that to other supercars in GTA Online, this is honestly quite a good price. Now what sets the Turismo R apart from the other 2 vehicles, and what makes it kind of underrated in my opinion, is mainly down to its very good traction and handling. The top speed of the Turismo R is honestly not the best. I mean, it's still pretty respectable, but the handling and traction really set this vehicle apart. Just driving the Turismo R around the city just feels incredible. I'm not even sure why. It just feels very different to other vehicles and cars. I think that the only thing that lets down the Turismo R will be its customization options. I feel like this is just the same with most other vehicles in GTA Online, or at least just standard vehicles that have been around for such a long time now. But overall, the Turismo R is just such a good underrated vehicle. I would probably pair this with the Adder as well. The Adder is barely used now in GTA Online, especially with that costing $1 million. And this now brings us to our 2nd spot guys. We do have the Buffalo STX. The Buffalo STX is a phenomenal vehicle, and what really makes this vehicle so good is the Armani Tech upgrades inside your agency. Now without any Armani Tech upgrades, the Buffalo STX is still a great vehicle. It is super fast, and honestly I would probably say that it is the best muscle car, or at least up there with the top 5. Now of course, if you guys did not know, the Armani Tech upgrades can make the Buffalo STX have the missile lock-on capabilities, or at least the lock-on jammer. So if you guys come up against any Oppressor Mark IIs in some free mode sessions, they should not be able to lock onto you. Along with this, it will have the armor plating, so even if they free fire and do manage to hit the Buffalo STX, it will not blow up instantly. And I would probably say this is underrated because not many people will probably own this vehicle, and a vast majority of players will probably not even know that it has the Armani Tech upgrades. And last but not least guys, this brings us to our number 1 spot, and I decided to go with the Sultan RS Classic, or just the Sultan RS with the Benny's upgrade. Now for a time in GTA Online, the Sultan RS Classic and the default Sultan RS were honestly not that underrated, but it has been a good few years since the Benny's vehicles were first released, and honestly looking back now, I do think that this is kind of underrated. The Sultan RS is just a super fast vehicle. I believe it is a sports car, and then if you guys upgrade it through Bennies, it will turn into a supercar. And because of these Bennies upgrades, you can make this vehicle honestly really stand out. Now, I'm not entirely sure on this, but you guys can actually find the Karin Sultan Classic and the Sultan RS on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website. I believe you can also find the original Karin Sultan, but I'm honestly not sure if you guys can drive this straight into a garage, for example. I also believe that Rockstar removed the original Karin from the websites, which is not ideal. But anyways guys, that will do it for the top 5 most underrated cars in GTA Online. Now just remember, this was completely my opinion, and I've really just based this all together from cars I've probably not seen for quite some time and vehicles that you guys might want to try out for yourself. You could definitely just mix up this list and probably even put some different vehicles here. But anyways guys, make sure that you leave a comment down below to let me know what your favorite vehicle is. Also let me know what you guys would put in these different places, and if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I really appreciate your support, and if you are new here, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.